Hello, my friends, and welcome to a new video in which I like to call Let's Play in Perspective. And this is what I'm going to be playing in. The background while I have something set for this video. Now, of course, this game is based off a movie simply known as The Running Man. It plays off the plot is just about the same as if The Running Man was its inspiration. Because basically you got one guy surviving and trying not to get himself killed. And nearly all his comrades, get killed in the process of escaping. But he manages to survive, and of course, ends up killing the MC, therefore freeing everyone of... That ends up basically... It basically ends up going about freeing the people in the process of what happened. Alright, so well, as everybody knows,
good luck.
as everybody knows, this whole month has been somewhat of very dark. Seems like everybody can't seem to, watch something without hearing about somebody passing away or whatnot. And it's a sad thing, Nobody likes to hear about, one day you're here and another day you're not.
Good luck. You'll need it.
And I mean it's like, one day you're here, the next day, you're uncertain if you're gonna be here next day. It's a scary thing, but the thing is, it's a part of life. I mean, most people just don't like it because, oh hey, we never know when our time might be up, but it happens. Most people might not like it, but that's the way of the universe. We all have limited time. We all have limited time on this earth. And I would hate to say this, but it's just something that is a fact of life. We all have a limited time on this earth, so therefore, you might as well make the best of it. I mean, I'll admit, most people these days, they're dying like flies, but you have to think about it. These people who we deem like the greatest of their time suffered because they did things to their bodies that basically, they chose to do it. So it's like people like David Bowie, Alan Rickman. They had some sort of disease in their system. Therefore, their time was limited. They didn't know, but, by the time they actually found out, well, you didn't see them go out, crying and screaming and whatnot. No, quite the opposite. You saw them actually go out like they're supposed to go out. Dignified. And I mean, this comes from a guy who has basically seen, death. This is from a guy who basically lost a father at a young age, 13 years old. I had to go through the rest of school just, I had to basically deal with the rest of my school year, just trying to not lose my shit. And there are more people out there who has had it rough, But you think about it, sometimes you have to be tough. Sometimes, for your own good, you have to be tough. For me, well, I was bullied. Most of my life, I was bullied. And the one thing I remember my dad told me was no matter what happened, you don't want anybody to disrespect you. Nobody to get in your face. If they don't respect what you have to say, you have full right to punch them in the face. Because let's face it, there are some people out there that are just truly a bunch of assholes. And some people just deserve to get their asses kicked. So of course, time went on. I lost my father at the age of 13. It was hard for me because, it's kind of difficult to grow up without a father. And, you need, as a male, you do need, a bit of, what you do need is, someone to look up to as a male, So it's not like, it's not like I was really hurting, but yeah, I was hurting. Junior high, I was really hurting because I was struggling.
I'd buy that for $1.
say that, oh, you've shared this before. Maybe I've shared this before. But perhaps, it's not about what my life was about, but it's about, what's going on. People die, it's a fact of life. We're all gonna miss them when they go, but you have to think about it. On Earth, they suffer. It's not a beautiful thing when they suffer, but they suffer nonetheless. I mean, it's not easy for me to actually try to stay positive. I'm not kidding. It is not easy to stay positive. Sometimes I have those days in which I really can't stay positive. But that's why most people cannot be alone. That's why they need the comfort of friends. Don't even ask what I'm gonna do with all them toasters, or them cars, or all them back in the day VCRs. There's no way I can stop this, folks. And I mean this in the most possible way. Nobody can actually go it alone. You're gonna need you're gonna need friends. I mean, yeah, anybody can say, "Oh, I can do without friends or whatever," but come on, think about it. Can you really? You're always going to need friends. You're always going to need somebody to talk to. I mean, we live in some rough times. We live during a time which pretty much anybody from the old days are dying out. It's the sign of times. And I mean it. It's not easy to try to deal with the world these days. Especially me, especially if it's coming from me or somebody else. And whenever you look at the news, it gets even more depressing because you couldn't even just deal with one day without hearing somebody passing away. I mean, I'm pretty sure we've lost many people back in our lives when growing up. I should know I've lost several people in my life growing up. Besides my father, I lost my grandparents. I lost probably a few friends. But I've gained a lot of friends, during that time that I've been on here. And through this camaraderie, we've just all, become close friends. And most times, we need each other, we rely on each other, Oh, another thing, I have to say this because, it's important. It's a message I just really want to share. Namely, there have been lots of people who pass away. And it's gotten to the point which becomes sickening. Like, I've lost people in 2015. And just recently, one of our neighbors actually passed away. That I deem myself sort of close to her because I have visited her when she was alive, whenever I saw her. And the thing is, well, when you know people that you grew up with, you sort of feel a connection towards them. Now it's not as now the death of a neighbor is not as deep as the loss of a family member, but it's just as powerful. And knowing me and my history of funerals, and how I hate going to funerals, I think for the purpose of my own sanity, I'm going to bow out this one. Now, I may not, be the most talkative of the group, because, well, everybody got more problems than I do. And my problems are meager compared to theirs. You know, just because I leave the group doesn't mean I have more problems in the group. Like I said, my problems are meager compared to theirs. It's like, these days, I have my own problems. Namely, I question myself a lot. And I do mean a lot. Because mainly, there are times that you just become there are times that you will become like the target of great anger and great stress. I happen to be the target of great anger, depression, and stress. And there's nothing I can do about it. Really, there's nothing I can do about it because, honestly, most times, well, I don't know. I don't blame myself, I just don't know what to do in certain situations. And most times I have to shut up. I take, for instance, I'll say Sheena. Okay? Sometimes she's up, sometimes she's down. And it's hard to tell if she's, you know, on the up and up, or she just has an attitude, or whatever. Most time, her anger is towards me. Don't know why, because I might be, I might be just a target. I don't know. It's just an observation I'm making. And most people, and the guys, say, well, it's not fair that I have to deal with it, but I said, well, think about it. If I'm the only person who can deal with it, that means you guys certainly can't deal with it because A, you might flip your shit, or B, you just might piss her off. So like I said, my problems are meager compared to everyone else's. Because, hey, I'm the guy who has to listen to everybody else's problems. So let me remind you, I'm the guy who listens to everybody's problems. At every time, when there's an everyday problem that will occur, who do they turn to? Me. And not just because, oh, yes, I'm here every day. I listen to your problems. Yes, come forth, my child. Let Father Ismus listen to your problems. And I keep thinking to myself, well, shit, you guys have a whole bunch of problems. Or if it's not a problem, it's just something that needs talking about. And mind you, this comparison from one female versus a bunch of guys. And more times than anything else, well, the guys
Total carnage! I love it!
most times, it's, they have more issues than I do. And they really do. They have more issues than I do. My issues aren't that important. But if I listen to everybody else's issues, I really don't have anything to say. I mean, I really don't have much to say. I mean, Sheena's problems are more like how she feels because, well, most females are like that. Most females are basically, emotionally based. So sometimes, well, most times, I am the one who listens. So I'm deemed the most trustworthy, so therefore, he goes without saying, oh hey, is everything okay? So I mean, most times it's like, why do I have to deal with this? Well, to put it bluntly, I'm Pookie Izzy 7 and that's my job. I mean, hell, I listen to everybody else's problems that they may or may not have. Whether it's something big or something, little. And it's usually up to me to listen. Whether it's something like an everyday problem or, something that goes beyond every day. Like personal. Now, and I know women. Some women, they're very secretive. They don't want to share everything with their man or whatnot. And I say that's fine. I don't think anybody has ever been forthright to actually just come out and say, I have a problem and I need you to listen. I mean, yeah, if things were just simple. As simple as that, then there would really be no problem. But alas and alack, there are problems. There's always going to be problems in this world. Whether they can be solved or not, the problems will always exist, and we will always have them. And we will all need people to either listen to us rant or rave, or just come out and say, I have a problem, I need you to listen. I'm not saying, something's wrong with that, but, that's just me. I mean, it's an observation of things. Coming from a guy who just basically just listens to a lot of people's problems. Vacations for years, man. Vacations for years. I do believe I have broken the bank. No, really, I think I've broken a bank. It just keeps climbing. See? Look at that. A fabulous riding motor. Really. Our exciting home game. Maybe it might be too much, even if I'm saying, that my problems are meager. They really are. My problems don't compare to those of the world because, hey, I got my own problems, but you don't see me bitch and whine about them. And as I said, death is a part of life. Sure, we might not like hearing about how many people have passed away, but that shit happens. Only because of how they live, I mean, hey, if they live fast, die young type, then that's their choice. Or if they want to live out their life like most people are supposed to live out their lives, straight edge, live the life you feel you want to live, then hey, that's fine too. No harm, no foul. I mean, I'm sure when my time comes, I don't know how many people are going to miss me, but I'm pretty sure those who find me precious in their lives are probably going to say it, aren't really going to say it while I'm alive. But we as humans, we're rather selfish. We're rather selfish beasts.
Big money, big prizes. I love it.
I mean, we are selfish. We are selfish beasts. We hardly think about anybody else but ourselves. But there are times we have to think about others. Because you never know that somebody might need your help. And those who need that help, they will be more than, grateful, just because the one act of kindness that you showed them means a whole lot to this world. I mean, there are times that many people would say that they skip through a video, don't even bother listening, because they're, doing something else with their time. Maybe turning down the sound, they're probably doing clothes or whatever. And that's fine. I get comments sometimes saying that, I listen to your videos, but sometimes I skip through it. I'm like, why do you skip through it? It makes me ask those questions. Have you actually listened to all of what I just said in the video? Or you just say, oh, awesome video, man. Some people just do that. They sometimes say, awesome video, great vid, I like what you do, blah, blah, blah. That's nice. A year's supply of cooked meat. Oh, yeah. Beware of mad cow disease. I mean, yeah. Some people are crazy. Some people live their lives, thinking, oh, well, if I do something like this, it'll make other people happy, but it's not going to make me happy. To that I say, do what makes you feel happy. Because there's sometimes, I do kick my own ass just because I couldn't do more for people. There are times I really wish I could do more for people. Whether it be my family or my friends. I wish I did more in my life. I wish I was a little better at, what I'm good at, And trust me, no schooling could ever actually teach you that. No kind of schooling whatsoever could ever teach you that. It's all self-taught. And there are some times, not all the times, but sometimes I want to tell my friends to please shut the fuck up. Can we talk about something else, please? But the problem is, oh, well, why are you so upset? Well, let me see. Why am I so upset? Why am I in a bad mood? So, yeah, why are you in a bad mood? I don't mean to be in a bad mood. I mean, it's so hard to actually focus on something nice, something good. Something that makes us feel good, It's hard to actually focus on something so simple as playing a video game. Because take me for example. Right now I'm playing a game in which you see me blow shit up. And that's the whole point of this game. You blow shit up. I'm delivering a message to those who may or may not look at this video, let alone listen to what's in said video. Because most times they'll just look at the title, give me a a view and move on because hey, they don't have time to listen to the whole goddamn video, and that's understandable. And most people wonder why I have to take so much shit. Because people got a lot of shit stuck up their ass. That's the reason why. I got to listen to a whole lot of shit that people just, want to whine and complain about. I had to read the shit that some people whine and complain about. I mean, it's not easy trying to stay upbeat like I do. I mean, it's really hard to stay upbeat. And, people expect you to, act accordingly, And let me tell you, when I used to go to church, that was the thing. I had to be something that would normally be against my nature. You're doing this because you want to stay in God's good graces and everything. It's not easy, let me tell you. Let me just adjust this for a moment. Yeah, there we go. And like I said, it's just not easy sometimes. Sometimes it is just not easy trying to cater to everybody's needs. It's like, even now, there's a point in which I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. And most times I'm on the listening end. And rarely do people ask me what's on my mind. Because mainly, I'm trying to figure out what's wrong and if I can help. Sometimes I think the best kind of help I can do is shut my goddamn mouth and just listen to everybody's problems. I think that's the reason why, for the most time, I just want to stay isolated. If you knew me, if I'm not at AX, I'm very isolated. Not because I want to be isolated, but that's just how it is with me. I just stay isolated. I keep to myself. It's not because I'm an artist, but that's just how it is, I mean, if I ran down what every person does in the RCO, in random co-op unlimited, I could tell you, I would have nothing to say about what did I do today. What can I say? I sleep. I sleep most of my day away. I get up, I post videos. If I'm not posting videos, I'm watching videos. If I'm not doing that, I'm on Skype. And I'm on the listening end because, hey, shit happens to me. You gotta listen to me. Well, not in that case, but this is what happened at work today. Or, normally in order it would be Ryu with what he would tell me at work, what happened to him at work, if anything actually interesting happened at work. 40 would seldomly come in, but he doesn't have much to share about what happens at his job. Big would always have something interesting that happens at his job, because the poor guy works with a bunch of schmucks. Mag, well, it's awkward for Mag because he works at a pizza joint, and some of the things he has to deal with desire no words, probably some actions. And I think the only couple people who complain in the group, the only two people I think would complain in the group would be MB. I think MB is the only person who would just complain. He would do more complaining about the people than he would about his job or his position or whatnot. And I haven't heard anything about him in a long time. And I mean, he rarely comes and talks to me. Usually it's about him trying to be an author. And the last thing I remember was me looking at his work, and I'm thinking to myself, oh man, why you have to write in this font? That's the first thing that popped in my head. I said, as long as you write in a font in which I can read, it's fine. And the one thing I had to say about, being an author is you basically have to let your work speak for yourself. It's not just because, oh, hey, you have to write these stories. No, it's more about presenting yourself. I mean, that's the thing about my career. Technically, I would have to basically be out and about sometimes promoting my work, promoting what I do. To me, most people say, I have it easy. Sir, that ain't easy. And I'm telling you, it isn't. Being an author is not easy. Because most people don't know that in order to have a good, idea, a good session to write, you need the right mood. It's the same thing about doing a Let's Play. You can't do a certain game or a certain set of games without just being in the right mood to do them. It's not much about, what you feel like doing. It's more like, do you honestly feel like doing them? And the one thing about being an author is it works just the same way as being a Let's Player. I'm serious. It really is like being a Let's Player. You have to, not be afraid of saying, okay, I'm this, and blah, 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 that. Because let me tell you something. I used to be one of those people who felt like nobody should know who I am on YouTube. But then again, if I use my pen name, which is Ichigo Musko, on YouTube, and with my work, it is my pen name because it means the number one. It means who I am, which is the number one son. I said, no, seriously, I am number one in my family. I am the number one son. And some people are just, some people don't want other people to know, oh, yeah, I do this on the internet. I'm gonna let it be known, hey, this is what I do sometimes. Hell, I've let, my class know, oh, hey, you know what I do? You know what? You want to know what I do for a living outside of teaching? I'm a Let's Player. You know what that means? That means I play video games. That means I share commentary. Do you know what commentary is? So I'm providing my own point of view about this, sharing tips and tricks and whatnot, being part of the game, mainly that's what you are, you're being part of the game. You're doing voice acting, you're doing this, you're doing that. There are some people who would actually, go as far as edit their videos. I don't edit my videos because, to me, as long as the feedback comes out, as long as everything matches, the video and audio feedback, I think that counts as, progress. What would hurt me a lot would be me being, me actually doing the whole thing over, doing off-the-cuff commentary as I am doing right now, beating this entire game over, say, under an hour or so. While my finger is rolling over the face buttons.
Big money, big prizes. I love it.
Snorlax I don't really hear much from very often, but when he does, he just has something to say, shares how his life been and everything. But like I said, I think the only person who actually complains a lot would be MB. Yiska don't really hear much very often, because she still has things she has to deal with in her life, so that's, that's cool. At least she's doing okay. Don't really hear from her that much, but when we do, it's usually Ryu who tells me that, oh, this is what's going on with Yiska. I don't really hear that much from her, but that's usually the case. And like I said, there are two people that, like I said, usually complain. As an MB complains more than Sheena. And I say it like this, dude, you have a job. If anything, you should be grateful that you have a job. And in this day and age in which, the economy is a fickle bitch, you better not say you're complaining about having a job. You better thank God that you have a job. And on that matter, in extension, you should not be unhappy about anything. You have your life. And I would usually have to put myself as example. As if I was complaining about, oh, I'm not happy because of A, B, C, D, and E, and F, you'd probably be sick and tired of me because you see me as complaining, and, most people don't like to see me complain. I'll say it as this. I'm not complaining. I'm venting. And most people don't understand, why I don't talk so much. There's a reason. Everybody's problems are more important than mine. But yeah, 2015 and going into 2016, and we have plenty of deaths. Whether it be famous deaths or the ones in our own backyard, it's happening, it's out there. And the only thing you can do is just accept it and move on. That's that's the only thing you can do. You can't do much of anything else. I mean, if I allowed my father's death to actually, to affect me to the point in which I couldn't function properly as a man, then apparently I've learned nothing from him. I mean, he taught me most of what I needed to do about life. Even though he didn't teach me much, he taught me enough to know, life's gonna be a pain in the ass sometimes. And you gotta deal with it. Sometimes you have to deal with people who will bitch, who will whine, because they feel their lives don't have any meaning or whatnot. And let me tell you, lives have meaning. Even if you feel sorry for yourself, your life has meaning. Which I hope nobody feels that, their life don't have meaning. And it's like, how many times have I heard, I'm going to kill myself, I'm going to do this. Well, look, bitch, if you're going to do it, do it. But don't waste time trying to make a goddamn video explaining that you feel like you haven't done anything worthwhile in your life. You've done this, you've done that, but you feel you need to do something else with your life, then fine, you do it. Or my life doesn't have meaning anymore. I'm sick and tired of hearing that shit. Your life don't have meaning. Bitch, your life have meaning. You just don't know what to do with it. So if you say that, then that means you really have no idea what you're doing with your life. I know what to do with my life. That's the thing. The door, I could say, is there, but I just don't have the right key for it. That's how I see my life. I know what I want to do in my life, but my goal is simple. I want to be successful. That's my main objective. Be successful. I have a talent, and I'm going to use it. And let me tell you, people who have a talent, you should really use it. Don't spend your time bitching and whining and saying, have your pity party, say, nobody loves me, nobody cares about me, people want to leave me out, blah, 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 stop, A, B, C, D, E, and F, G. And I'm talking about the people that I know. That's talking about anybody. So before you say, well, somebody must have said, no, it's just truth. There are people out there who want to feel so sorry for themselves that they want somebody to, pity them because, oh, I haven't done enough. I've done this. I've done that. Look, if you feel like you haven't done enough, then do something about it. But another thing is, don't get to the point of depression to which you just don't know what to do with yourself. I'm depressed that my life has no meaning. Come on. Depression's a thing. And it can be controlled by sheer force of will. If not that, there's medication for it. I mean, hell, I stay up because I have a lot to think about. I do a lot of videos at this point in time because it takes my mind off what I'm doing, It takes my mind from being worried so much about the outside world, about A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I'm usually need even thought about my situation. Or not about my situation, about if I had said something wrong, or if I had done something I wasn't, or, whether it was a bad night or I don't know. if I did something wrong inadvertently, I'd like to be notified if I had, or maybe it's just something, anything. I don't know.
Good luck. You'll need it.
Uh huh. I mean, there's a lot of reasons why I stay up. Maybe because I want to work. Maybe because, maybe it's just because I just need to do some things. And the stuff I do isn't for, views or anything. If people like it, that's good. People, more power to you if you like it. More power to you if you don't. I don't care. All I gotta say is, don't be an ass. Because I know this generation sometimes, this generation can be indeed, you're the asshole. Because, oh hey, I'm a 36-year-old guy, basically playing video games, around 2 a.m. to probably about sometimes 8 a.m. in the morning. And it can't be helped because, hey, I can't sleep. Or maybe I just need to work. Or maybe I just, I'm like that. Point is, yeah, we may be going through a hard time in our lives, probably the darkest age ever known. But the point is, we're still here. We're still here. We're not dead. And if that happens, if a previous generation has to go, then it's just the way of the world. They have to go. They've been suffering, and the only reason why they suffered is because they had a lot they had to deal with. And sometimes not easy to deal with. And sometimes not easy to deal with life. Because you get stress, you get depression, you get all sorts of things. Sometimes you have to be a bitch in order to, get your point across. And even some people just say, well, there could have been a better way. Well, what other better way could there have been? I said, no, seriously, what other way could there have been? you know, everybody gets a mood swing every now and then, including me. You think it's easy being me? Shit, it's not easy trying, dealing with family. And I deal with family like, say, 24/7, 365, sleeping during the day, working at night. It just isn't easy, but you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta roll with the punches. You gotta deal with shit. Sometimes I don't want to deal with it. I have my days in which I don't really want to deal with it. Not because I don't care, it's just, tolerance. It's like most times I don't want to deal with, expectations.
Bingo.
Don't care. I'm done with this bitch. Well, hopefully my point has come across to at least anybody who is who will probably be listening to most of this video. Don't know who, because hey, most of most of what I get are like views and very little feedback. And they think, oh well, you made your point. I said, have I really? Have I really made my point? Lawnmowers for days, yo. Lawnmowers for days. But like I said, sometimes you gotta deal. You gotta deal. And I deal with a whole lot of shit that most people just don't realize. Like the stuff I've heard over years. Sometimes it lingers in my mind, sometimes it doesn't. Most times they don't. I'm not complaining about it, but my god, just to take it all in your head, it just like, sometimes it really is, it really is much to take in. Sometimes it may be nothing, sometimes it may be something, but sometimes you gotta take it as it comes. Like I said, I deal with mood swings, I deal with problems, and most times I'm listening to. I don't really offer any advice. I rarely offer advice, and when I do, it's like, take it as heart. If I say something blunt, that's how I am. Don't whine, don't bitch, don't complain, but you gotta take it as is. I don't care about being a grand champion. As long as I beat the game, I don't care. But as I said, I hope this message that I have shared, I hope most people take to heart. Because, well, what else is there? You gotta take life as at face value. Things will happen. It'll affect you, and you know, whether it's around you or in front of you, it's gonna happen. So you gotta take it as it comes. So with that, I'm done here with this game and with this message, and hopefully you're a bit better about this message that I've been sharing this entire time. So you know what? Don't worry about. Just take life one day at a time. That's all I can say. Don't feel down about yourself. Don't beat yourself up because don't. It's not really worth it. You know, it really isn't. Don't beat yourself up because it's not your fault. Sometimes you just have one of them days that you're not at your peak capacity. It happens.
Yeah. Good luck.
So, with that, I'm going to end this video right here. And I've been the Tenkaichi of gaming and otaku. And I hope you're a little bit better about yourself than you could be normally. Because it certainly does help things. So with that, I wish you the very best in life. Try to survive this new year as best as you can. Try not to beat yourself up, as I said before. And most importantly, do take the best care of yourself as humanly possible. So with that, have a great and wonderful day and or week. Senpai's blessings upon you all, my good people. And with that, Tenkai Muso, and I'll see you next game. Later.